What's going on, everybody? Lead Farmer 73 here. Happy sugar-free Sunday. Guavas, good to see everybody. Let me see here. Trying to get myself together. There we go. There we go. I can see everybody now. What's going on? Second Floor Gardens, how you doing? My own beautiful, how you doing today? Let me see. Hey, Golden Child, thank you so much. Hey, Yamimia, how you doing? Let's see who else we got. JP Love, how you doing? C Francis, Urban Backyard Homesteading, how you doing, Urban? Sun Energy, how you doing, my sister? RRB, how you doing? Ted Salazar, what's going on, man? Kim Joe, Inspirer, how you doing? It's good to see you. I'm gonna jump right into it because I may be letting people come up depending on who wanna spill their guts. I said, I got so much work to do, and it's such a pleasant day. I'm not gonna do no work just yet. I still got to go out here and feed the animals, and I still need to. I wish I could take y'all with me, but I'm on this laptop, and I'm going to set the say that 100 times. Set the shelves up. Set the shelving units up in the storage container, the storage unit. I'm gonna call it. Hey, Kim Joe, how you doing? Who else we got? Lords, how you doing? Yaminia says we've been having rain all weekend. Praise the Lord. Really, I've learned so much that I want to share with y'all about raising pigs because of what you just said, Yaminia. The rain. I hate rain. Well, I ain't gonna say that. Lord, forgive me. You don't always really want it to rain, but it only does good. I mean, sometimes it causes floods and everything, but for the most part, we need that water. Unfortunately, we can't control how it comes at us, right? How you doing, Amy Joy Crane? RWR says, need to vent your container or everything will mold. That's good to know. Thank you. Thank you for that. Mark Adams, how you doing? Miss Nadine, how you doing? So, I titled this, what are you looking for in a homestead? The reason why I'm saying this, the reason why I'm asking is because I get so many unrealistic views on how this should go, on what they should be looking for. And I see a lot of people about to waste a lot of money and a lot of time just to be unhappy. And I don't want that for you. It's all fun when it's fresh and new. Take it from me. But when reality set in, it's like, we really need to be more realistic and be more decisive in what we're about to pick and choose in what we're doing in the ventures that we're about to pick. Okay. So I'm asking you, what are you looking for when you're, let's start here. Are you even looking for a homestead? Because that would sum this video up real quick. Here I am assuming, right? Hi, Irene Butler. Said, Led, I've learned from you. Thank you, and keep up the good work. Thank you very much. Thank you. Tim Dockery, Timothy, my brother, what's going on? How you doing? I just seen you in here. Jerry Carroll, how you doing? Rest Heaven Ranch, Miss Nadine, I got you. Amy Joy Crane, I think I got you too, because that name, it stands out. Anybody, what are you looking for? Just say you hit a come up. You can actually go purchase some land. Free and clear. You was able to purchase yourself about 15 acres. What do you want to do with that 15 acres? Let me see. Bank SS says, let's see. So I just leveled my land in Texas and taking my time to figure out exactly what I want to build. Man, look, that comment right there is special. That's a special comment, because one thing that we really don't think about doing is leveling out that land. I think if you got 15 acres, at least 2 of those acres need to be leveled out. Like, I mean, literally flat land. You need at least, at the very minimum, I'm going to say, and I'm not talking about the land that your house is being built on, because that's totally different. I'm talking about just your play land. You need about, if you got 15 acres, you need, in my own opinion, okay, depending on what you want to do, you need at least 2 acres to just flat, man. Just flat. The hills and the valleys and stuff like that, that's great and all, but that get old real quick when you're trying to achieve things. How you doing, Sandra Giller? Thank you so much, my sisters. Let me see here. Says, let me see. I bought a home about an hour away from the city in a neighborhood that allows chickens and working on my garden. Okay. Let's see. What are you looking for in a garden, y'all? What are you looking for in a homestead? C. Francis says, most modest acreage that I can handle, quite a ways from neighbors to be self-sustaining as possible. Okay, C. Francis, be more descriptive. Be more descriptive. I'm asking you to be more descriptive, because speak it into existence. When you say modest acreage, what amount of acreage do you want? What amount of acreage do you want? I'm not knocking nobody. What amount of acreage do you want? C. Francis. Let me see. RRB says, too much land I can't manage. I'm not gonna knock you there. I'm not gonna knock you there at all. It's a lot. Just to give you, let me see. Bank says, facts, all I have is 2 acres. Don't say all I have. Man, that's plenty. 2 acres is a lot of space. Okay. Just to give y'all a little perspective of what 2 acres look like. Do y'all ever see the opening that I'm always outside, outdoors with the chickens and stuff? You see the opening, the cleared area with the haunted house? Man, that's 1 acre. That clearing is only 1 acre. I thought it was 2. That is 1. It's a not worth mentioning the smidget over 1 acre. That's 1 acre of land. My clearing, all of this clearing from tree line to tree line is 1 acre. It's some crumbs over, but that's just 1 acre. Just to give you perspective on or a football field. Okay. That's a lot, man. You got 2 acres. You could do a lot with that. Hell, I'm doing a lot with just my clearing. I don't even bother with my woods yet. Let me see. Here we go. Here we go. Amy Joy Crane says, I'm in South Florida and I want to make my current property as self-sufficient as possible. That's smart. I have my parents with me. Dad has dementia, can't really move them like that. I totally understand. And if you already got a place, that's why I also put in the description box. I think I put in the description box. Oh, maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't. I thought I did. But I thought I was supposed to put in the description box, like, how are you going to build? If you already have land, how are you going to build it? You know, how are you going to maintain it, manage it? How are you going to transform it? So I put that in there for people that already own land and property. Okay. But you good. Okay. JP Love says family housing and farming, basically a family compound. Okay. JP Love, be more descriptive. Go in depth. Tell me exactly what you mean. Okay. Amy Joy Crane says, want to better learn water preservation, solar, and I think creating food or I'm not sure what that meant. Canning food, probably. Okay. Let's see. Here we go. Eddie Morrison says, when I bought my land, I wanted a small creek. That was a big selling point. Also, the barn was a +2. Okay. Okay. Let me tell you something. If you find land with water on it, it's everything. If you find land with water on it, and I'm not going to be ridiculous with it, like, it's a swamp over there. I'm not being ridiculous with it. I'm talking about if you're on a water table where you can drill yourself for some water, or if you got a stream, a creek, something running through any part of your land, I don't care how long it is, that is life sustaining. I don't know another way to tell you. I don't know another way to say it. If you have creeks running through anywhere through your land or rivers, whatever, that is life sustaining. That is telling you, that's giving you that plus of saying, I'm going to be that much more self-sustainable away from everybody else. Okay. Let me see. Thank you so much, Amy. I appreciate you, my sister. Thank you. Said you encouraged me to plant. I have bananas, mangoes, and avocados and more. Go ahead with yourself, especially in South Florida. You know, let's see here. This is a real laid back day today, y'all. I'm not on my soapbox, and I'm just not into that today. If you come in here waiting for me to cut up and tear up, I'm so calm and cool. The temperature is perfect. I don't got no AC running. I don't got no fans running. My solar is fully charged. My water is fully filtered. I got 1,200 gallons of water. I mean, chickens laying eggs. I'm cranking out sausage from the pig. I'm feeling good today. So I don't feel like complaining. let's see. Matthew says, I grow blackberries, blueberries, figs, and vegetables. Okay. All right. All right. Spirit Field Springs says we bought 25 plus acres, and the goal is to opt out of society. You know what? Funny, but not funny. I love that. I mean, the goal is to opt out of society. I want to go all the way in on that Spirit Field Springs, but I don't want this to be about me today at all. I will say this though. I feel you. I feel you. I'm going to touch on one subject. I'm going to leave that up there on the screen because I was just telling my wife last night, boy, do I miss the good old days. I miss the good old days. Not about technology. I'm not going there. Not about politics. I'm not going there. Not about hatred, racism, all that. I'm not going there. I miss the good old days that even if people hated each other, disliked each other, and all of the stuff that's going on today, there was a level of respect and decorum that people had, even if they didn't like you. There was an unspoken rule of decorum in public and society that I miss. Like I would never know you don't like me, back then, but now I guess you could say ignorance is bliss. It wasn't so much as being ignorant. It was just that I would even take the decorum. I would take that level of respect that you don't like me, but we ain't got to go out here making fools of ourselves because you don't like me. You know what I'm saying? I miss that. So, retracting from society, opting out, I get it. I get it. Because I was telling her, boy, I love being out here. Nobody loves being out here but me. I love it. I love it. And I use this, you know how people call it they man cave. I guess you can, I don't like those terms necessarily, but I guess you could say this is my man land, because this is where I go to get away for a while. If I need a break, if I'm tired of hearing people, TV, radio, social media, man, I come to my man land, Freedom Acres. And I used to be begging everybody to come out here. I don't no more. Matter of fact, I prefer folks don't come out here because I enjoys it too much, the peace and the quiet. Me and my puppy dog, that's all I need. Let me see. I'm so behind. I'm sorry. C. Francis says at least half an acre. I already have a garden and some chickens and solar. I'd like to have land to expand out my container garden. Oh, yeah, definitely. Good half acre. That's a lot of land. That's a lot for a container garden, but I see what you're doing. Let's see. Sean Does It All says 5 acres would be good for me. One for me and each of my 3 kids and one for farming. That's beautiful. See, that's what I was looking for. I'm looking for what are your goals? Let's talk about the reality. Let's talk about the reality. I'm gonna get into the rest of these answers because I'm way behind. Then we're gonna talk about reality. Let me write it down so I don't forget it too. Okay. Okay, let me see. My Own Beautiful says level land, water on the land, preferably a well. Oh, leveled land, water on the land, preferably a well and a pond, 10 to 15 acres with no immediate neighbors. Amen. See, I have neighbors. I have neighbors. I got one that's fairly close to me. They're about 2 acres away. But the rest of them, if I can hear, like, it's one, somebody's cutting the grass right now, but I can't hear nothing. I just hear this slight murmur just to know they cutting the grass. I love it. It's this one, that one close neighbor come by with that loud, raggedy music. That's about the only one. Other than that, everybody is acres away from me, acres away. And I'm surrounded by the woods. I love it. So I understand that no immediate neighbors. Let me see. JP Love says, looking at the land terrain and what's growing on the land overall, the resources the land has, it, the vegetation growth. I'm not quite sure. I know what you're saying on that one. Let me see. Okay. Love says, my daughter taught me something. She said she she just had a home built on 10 acres. Okay. And she had a diagram on how to use every inch of it. It's beautiful, and she used every bit of her homestead. That's wonderful. That is wonderful. Making it make sense says, I want something about an hour away from the city, at least 1 acre for each one of my kids, 1 for my home and 1 for gardening, and 1 extra to expand. Okay. See, that's what I'm talking about. Be more descriptive of your goal. Greg Jones said, lead, I think 1 acre is 300 by 300 feet. Okay. So also the terrain will help tell which way rain flows. Okay. Let me see. I might be way behind. So right now I'm living in an attic apartment with a deck that is bigger than my apartment. It is full of food that I grew. Okay. Am I reading that right? Okay. All right. That's wonderful. Currently have 6 acres. RWR says currently have 6 acres. I want at least 100 acres. Want to run cattle, grow tea, and a few acres for cornfield, build a house and barn. Man, look, RWR. Let me tell you something. I never thought of anything you just said until recently. We're gonna do a pig video. Because I got, let me write this down. Because we need to talk about this. Of all the stuff I learned and all the stuff I want to do has changed. Okay. Let's see. Wow. Monica and Ziggy's deck garden. Say, I want enough land that I can take care of me and the people I love, my family, where I can learn to be more self-sufficient. Okay, well, you said you hit the sin too early. I do want chickens for sure. Okay. How much land? Be more descriptive. Speak it into existence. $755 Media. How you doing, my sister? Good to see you. Let's see. LGG Love. How you doing, my sister? I am Janet Alexis. How y'all doing? Bank SS Video said, now, what was that? Now I need that free water on my land like you. Hey, man, get to drilling. I'm gonna show y'all how I use them dowel rods too. Let me see. Let me see. 755 Media. What you say? Said, I get opting out too. My dad will come. Yes, I get it. It's too much for me. It's too much for me. Let's see. RRB says, yes, sir. I miss decorum too. People are just too dang hateful these days. It's ugly. And you know what? Not just ugly. People are hateful, ugly, and I don't know which one I hate more. Do I hate the ugly, evil, wicked, racist, hateful, spiteful people? Or do I hate the sensitive people? Good Lord. The sensitive. Oh, everybody got an opinion and want to be addressed a certain way, or blah, blah, blah. Or they'll sue you if you call them Frank instead of Francine. And I'm sick of that. I'm sick of all of this. So let me stop. I said this ain't gonna be about me. Hey, precious soul Kyle Garden. How you doing, my sister? Let's see. Growing with Hussin. How you doing, my sister? It's good to see you in here. Let's see. Wait. Matthew Dame says, my wife and I are working on selling our current home and moving on to a 2-acre lot so I can rebuild the micro orchard I used to have at our first house. We both regret moving back into the city. Oh, can I tell you something? Let me see what what's my thumbnail on this video? Oh, I screwed it up. My first thumbnail was the picture of my first homestead in South Carolina. I sold that homestead to purchase the house that we live in. Nice neighborhood, nice area. Smack dab in the heart of the city. Ever since I bought that house, as much as I love that house, I've been looking for land ever since, because it's nice and all, but that just ain't me. And the stuff that I want to do, I can't do in the city. The stuff that I want to do, I can't do peacefully. Let's say that I can do whatever I want because I've been doing whatever I want all these years. But peacefully. Your neighbors gawking, asking questions. What is that? What are you doing? Are those bees? Are those apples? Why are you digging? Be careful. Don't cut that tree down. It's been there for 40 years. That gets on my nerves. Let me stop, because it ain't about me. It ain't about me. Let me speed this up here. What's going on, Mountain Living? Let's see. Okay, Sandra Giller says, I want bees, chickens, 2 greenhouses. One greenhouse is tropical, and I want to be off grid, but I need to flush and go and washing machine. Okay, but I want solar power if that's possible. Yes, it's possible. And I'm gonna say this: hell, I wash my clothes in the washing machine out here. When I just got a few things, need to wash my drawers or something, I use that bucket and that plunger. I ain't gonna cut on use no whole 15 gallons of water or more to wash no couple pair of drawers. But you get what I'm saying? Let's talk about that. We're gonna get to the bottom, because I want to get to the realization. Like I said earlier, let's get into the realization of this whole thing, the realization of the situation. First, right now, let me see. Right now, I have 20 acres, and only because the tractor makes work a little easier. I wouldn't mind about 40 or 100 more acres so I can get livestock and build a 7-acre pond in the center. That's brilliant. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Greer Free say society wouldn't see me again. Hey, I'm about there. Monica and Ziggy's deck guard said, how much land? Honestly, I didn't realize how big 2 acres were until recently. And so I'm not sure how much is necessary. So I say how much I can handle. I haven't quite figured it out yet. Like I said, if you watch me and you see this big opening space that I'm always walking around here, that's 1 acre. That is one. When I be driving my truck around and have y'all with me or driving a tractor, that's 1 acre. That where the chickens, the pigs, the quail, where the pond gonna be, the haunted house, the busted mobile home, the cabin. That's 1 acre. Everything you see that I'm doing here is 1 acre of clearing. I want you to put that into perspective. 2 acres ain't no joke. Okay? 2 acres of land ain't no joke. People keep sneezing at that 1 or 2 acres. That ain't no joke. This I can do more on this 1 acre of land. Shit. Okay, let's pretend I got a house built on this land. It's going to take up about the same amount of space as the haunted house, right? It's going to take up a little bit more here, give or take, square footage of the haunted house. So it's not like if you have a house built here, it's going to sop up that much more space. Man, this is a lot of space. 1 acre. If you don't know, have no idea, and you don't understand what I'm saying, what 1 acre looks or feels like, go to your local football field, whether it's high school, junior high, if you got a professional team in your city, go to the football field. That is 1 acre. If you don't know what 1 acre look like, go to your local high school, junior high or something, or if you got a professional team or a college team, go to their football field and stand in the middle of that. Literally stand on the 50-yard line and look around you. Man, it also gives you more respect for football players too, having to run all that way all day. All right. Okay, that's a lot of juice. But I want to touch on the realization of this whole thing. And I think it was Sandra Giller's. I'm pretty sure that was Sandra Giller that where'd you go, Sandra? I want to go off of Sandra Giller's comment. The realization. It's so much unrealistic stuff on social media that it will get you confused, right? What'll get you confused is everybody's not telling you everything because either they can't or they don't want to, okay? And that's where people make mistakes. Like, here's one of my truth bombs right here. For instance, do you see right here? It's an air conditioner right here. Okay. And then you also see another air conditioner right here that I was going to put in this window right here. Because when it's 103 degrees outside and I have poor insulated ceiling here, it gets in the 90s inside here with that air conditioner running. As long as this ceiling stays open, which I'm about to close it, you cannot control the temperature. That's why in the wintertime, this wood stove will run you up out of here. But I really got to make it run me up out of here because all the heat is going out of this top. And when the sun is boiling, it's 103 outside, that sun is cooking this metal roof and it's literally like an oven here, literally. Let me show you something. You see this? Here's a candle, right? A Glade candle. You see this? Let me see. See what that look like in there? You see those little nodules? Those are moths. Those are moths. The reason they went in there is because they smelled this candle. How did they smell this candle while I was gone? It wasn't lit. Because if you look closely, which you probably don't know, you wouldn't know unless I tell you. But I ain't got no reason to lie. It gets so hot in here, it turned this entire candle into liquid. That's why there is no wick, because the wick fell down, right? The wick fell in the middle. So the moths were attracted to the scent because it was so hot in here that it just melted it down. I guess the moths like that smell, but that's how hot it gets in here because the ceiling is not sealed. So the realization of doing this, I ain't got nothing to hide from you. If you got a question, I'll answer it, you know. Here's another piece of realization for you, and then I'm gonna get back to y'all. There is this misconception. I don't follow this macho nacho bull, but there's this misconception that everything you do, you need to be living like a caveman or you are not a real homesteader. I don't know where people is getting this stuff from. If you ain't out here whittling sticks and hunting deer with spears that you carved out of bamboo that you grew in your wood line, man, and you skewering fresh wild boar off some pussy willow sticks over an open flame that you dug in the ground, I don't understand it. And it's like, if you have any sort of technology on your off-grid property, people tear you apart. Oh, you ain't real. People said I had an ice machine. You ain't real. You got a refrigerator. You ain't real. You got a sink and a toilet. You ain't real. You supposed to be out there fighting bears and collecting the bear meat, or you ain't real. What? You got a big lighter in your pocket. You ain't real. What you doing wearing clothes? You supposed to have on a maple leaf, a loincloth, and a fur coat that you made out of like lamb skin or something, some deer meat. What? If you don't do this stuff, the people out here are saying you ain't a real one. So I'm here to tell you, listen, you're just as real as any other of them. And for the most part, you're probably more real than them because you're realistic. Now, if you want to go out there and practice your preps, it's fine. But if you're trying to get peace, quiet, tranquility, getting away from the public, getting away from society, and you want it to be as peaceful as possible, you put your creature comforts on your off-grid property, things you love, and don't worry about what the world say, because I don't care. You'll be surprised how many times people say, oh, you ain't no real one, because see, if it was me, show me or shut up. Show me or shut up. Everybody that start doing that always got like nothing to show you. No channel. They don't own land. Nothing. They don't own a home. Nothing. But they telling you if it was them what they would do or what you should be doing. Now, what they would do, I'll accept that. But what I should be doing, don't do that. Show me or shut up. You know, LGG said, Led, you got skills. Oh, you got skills. Thank you for teaching. You know, I don't got to, and I don't got to prove it. But people on social media, if you ain't starting every meal off of some flint And stone, you ain't real. Every fire need to be, you got to have a magnifying glass, and every fire, like, man, miss me with, I got some damn Rachel Ray dishes down in this. You know what I'm saying? Got a couple Rachel Ray pots and some Emerald Lagasse cookware. Man, I'm not about to be sitting here and everything got to be at my off-grid cabin. Everything got to be caveman-esque. No, that's not it. That's not how it works. And what it does is scare other people off on how to move forward when they trying to find this, find their way into this off-grid kind of world or situation. They think they need all this stuff. They think they need all of this weird, this, you gotta be, you know what I'm saying? That off-grid survivor man stuff. You ain't supposed to be wearing no shoes, or you ain't a real one. You supposed to go jump on that reindeer back and break his neck, and you know what I'm saying, and strip the skin off his back with your bare hands and teeth, or you ain't a real one. I'm like, I'm so at peace. I'm so at peace. And I don't got to prove one thing out here. I don't have to prove anything to anybody. I don't have to tell people I'm non-violent. I don't have to tell nobody I am violent. I don't have to tell nobody I'm cool, I'm mean, nothing. Just, I don't got to explain anything to anybody. It's a wonderful feeling. And I just wanted to talk about that part of the realization, because over the years, people have been coming at me like, you don't know what you're doing because you got what? Oh, that's one right there. That's a good one. Man, what you got a TV in your cabin for? You ain't a real one. What do you have a TV in your off-grid cabin for? Cause I like every blue moon in the middle of the night when I'm having a good night, pour myself a nice little midnight cap and watch me a movie or two on Netflix, or I got a whole DVD collection back there. Me and my puppy ain't always got to act like we are surviving in the damn Canadian wilderness. That's ridiculous. Country Hustle, what's going on, man? That's ridiculous. And you full of Sunday. And you full of crap. You know? So let me see. Ill Will in the house. What's up? Ill Will in the okay, my man says said Led, tell them to turn off their utilities for 3 days and record it. Man, they'll be sweating to the oldies. They'd be doo-doo all up the walls. They wouldn't be able to handle it. I done told folks, man, turn your utilities off for 3 days. I done told them for years. You want the real nightmare to happen, and you ain't even off grid. You on grid with no juice. When you on grid with no juice, stuff get really real. Really, really. Right? So I be trying to tell people, man, when you out here, this ain't about social media, and it's not about the people around you, man. It's about you. If you're going to purchase some land somewhere, part of that purchase, and I think I can speak universally. I think, if not, correct me. You're going to purchase a piece of peace. When you're going to buy new property, or you're going to buy land, or you're going to start a homestead, you're also, in your mind, you're going to purchase a piece of peace. You don't want to be bothered. You don't want to be hassled. You want to be able to do what you want to do, how you want to do it, when you want to do it. And you really don't want to look out your window every 5 minutes and see another human being there staring at you, trying to figure out what you doing. Hey, excuse me, did the garbage man come by yet? Because I see a couple of us got our garbage cans still on the street. Did they get your garbage? Because they ain't getting my garbage. I got some old fish heads in this bucket. I was just trying to make sure they didn't leave because, I'm going to have to call somebody. I don't care. I don't care. If you that worried about the garbage man not picking your garbage up because he may be an hour or two late, man, somebody need to come investigate what you got in your trash can or who you got in your trash can. You sure seem real nervous about this trash can. Man, flies is on all our trash can, man. Why you panicking? Why you guarding the trash can? Why you standing out there waiting for the garbage man? Like you waiting on your welfare check. Who, sir, may I ask, is inside that can? Or who did they used to be? You know what I mean? That kind of stuff in the city. Every time I go home, I don't even really come out that much just because I can't stomach it. I can't stomach it. Let me get back into y'all because I said I wasn't going to do this. I wasn't going to make this about me. Okay, let's see. Where we at? Missy Hawk. How you doing, my sister? So it's your off-grid home, so set it up the way you want. Absolutely. It's about personal preference that makes you happy. No two homesteads are exactly alike. Absolutely. And for some reason, it's a lot of these OG, like prepper, homesteader folks coming down on the little people that's like, man, I'm not trying to be doing all that. I'm not trying to impress people on YouTube. I'm just trying to do my own little thing over here, right? Let me see. Said my neighbors would go into my and steal my fruit. Your yard, all of that weird stuff. Mountain Living says a piece of peace. Absolutely. I want just a little piece of peace. That's all. I ain't asking for much. Right? How you doing, Carolyn? I knew what you were saying, Jacqueline. They coming in your yard, man, stealing your fruits and vegetables. See, out here, whatever is stealing your fruits and vegetables, you can turn it into fruit and vegetables, if you understand what I'm saying. And I gotta, let me be quiet. I got a whole bunch of things to make stuff go to sleep for good. Because when I look out my window sometime and see something sniffing around my chicken coop, I will turn you into chicken noodle soup. If you don't get away from that coop, I will turn you into broth. Whatever keep walking around here sniffing around, I will turn you into the meat inside of the meatless Monday tacos. I'm not playing with it. Let me see. They have to fight the squirrel. You got to fight the squirrels for your fruit. The urban garden, they will have to fight the squirrels for my fruit. Man, listen here. What are you looking for in a homestead and why? Asking for a friend. What are you looking for in your homestead? If you don't have an answer for that, I'm gonna tell you, we're gonna get into that pig business. Because I've learned so much and it taught me so much about the moves that I plan to make in the near future. And I want to give a shout out to my sister Trish, because she told me something that I told her, no, I ain't gonna do that. Yes, I am. If Trish is listening, she knows exactly what I'm talking about. So I will say this. Let's get right into it. Who want to know? Who want to know about this pig journey? If not, I'll just let it go and save it for another video. Who want to know about this pig journey and what I've learned? If you don't want to know, I get it. Because you probably like, I never want to have no pigs. I said that. I said that too. I said it too. Black's Tropical Homestead was like, Led, you might want to get some pigs. I said, no, Led, might not. I will never. I've even told y'all, I will never get no pigs. And here I am. Oh, y'all want to hear about the pigs? Okay, I'll make it quick, okay? I won't rattle on, but I'll make it quick. Things I've learned. This goes out to my sister Trish. She told me. Don't put them pigs so close to where you live at or where you're going to be laying your head. That's number one. Don't put them pigs nowhere close to where. Put them pigs on the opposite end, downwind, or wherever you're going to be laying your head. Period. I don't care what breed you got. I don't care how big they are. I don't care how small they are. That changes in 30 days. When you first get little piglets, they let out little droplets like little deer. They look like little malted milk balls. Oh, look, it's cute little dookies. Oh, look at there. Ain't that cute? Y'all heard me say this. Now I'm gonna retract something I said. No, I'm gonna correct something I said. That was all 100% pure uncut lies. Pig doo-doo stinks. Yep, I said it. Pig poop stinks to high get out. When you first get them in little piggy wiggies, is only this big. Remember, they were so small. Remember, I had like 3 and 4 of them in a little dog cage. Remember that? No. You ain't doing that no more. None of these pigs anymore is going to fit in no dog cage. None of the ones I got, none. Because as soon as after 30 days, they make you scared. Carolyn, I'm going to answer that right now so I don't forget it. Said, do you plan on moving the piggies further back in the cabin? Carolyn, look at me. Look at me. I am the captain now. Yes, Carolyn. Not only am I going to move them farther back from the cabin, I'm going to move these bacon bits into the woods. They need to go out there. Remember I told you the land I don't even really be bothering with? Out there. Okay? As much as I would like to see them every day, like when I look out my window and see the action like I do my chickens, no. Let me show you something. Maybe you may be able to see it. I don't know. But let me just show you something. Yeah. You see this window fan? You see that? Okay, let me show you one. Let me show you another one. You see this window fan? Yeah, okay. I wanted to make sure you could see that. Because FYI, FYI, you better not cut them on when it get too hot. And it done just rained a little bit, because that sends that smell right into your suppressed memories. You ever try to remember a kid that you went to school with, like in the first grade, and you kind of remember them, you kind of don't, and then you're trying to think of their name, and okay, that's how far back into your mental capacity did that smell of that doo-doo go. It go into your childhood. So you trying to remember, what does that smell like? I know that smell. Dead deer? No. Let me tell you something. It's when the wind shifts here. I know when the wind shifts. When I'm in here, I know when it shifted. Have you ever been sleeping, something stank so bad it woke you up? I had the fan going, window fan, and I was in here cooking me some breakfast one morning. Cut the stove off. Cut the stove off. The sun had just came up, started getting hot. Cut the stove off. That smell went all up inside into you. You know what I'm saying? Made you cough. It clogged your lungs like mucus. It was. So this goes out to my friend Trish, my sister. Oh, the pigs before, soon as it cooled down a little bit, I'm moving the whole pig operation off into the woods. As much as I would like to look at them all the time, I don't want to smell them all the time. That's entirely too close. I'm looking out my window at them boys right now. It's entirely too close. Now I'm gonna move on to something else, because I don't want y'all to just listen to me talk about pig turds all day. Okay. The other thing is, I started out with potbelly pigs. Yes, Shake is going to have piglets, and I got her locked into a cage by herself. I found out what happened to the other piglets. I paid attention. I put a camera on them. She killed them. Shake, I know this is some piggy soap operas. As the pigs turn, listen, piggy soap operas. Piggy Smalls seems to be the father. After I did a kind of like a little autopsy, Piggy Smalls seemed to be the father, from what I could gather. Shake, y'all ready for this? Shake killed Bake's babies. Da-da-da! Next week on As the Pigs Burn, Shake, I'm almost positive Shake killed Bake's babies, and Shake also killed Prosciutto and Anthony Hamilton. Next week, as the Pigs Burn, Shake is the killer. I caught her on camera. I separated Anthony Hamilton. The reason Anthony Hamilton died, because Anthony Hamilton was so beat up. It's like something been biting him. Shake bit him all up, and the reason I pulled him out, I watched her bite him like a loaf of bread and throw him about 20 feet like he didn't weigh anything. I watched her do Prosciutto like that, but she didn't. She bit her, but she didn't throw her. I watched her throw Anthony Hamilton. Now, when I found the other two babies, baby bakes, they had bite marks in them. And my first thought was predator. But a predator would have took it with him. And what predator got these kind of bite marks? So I start thinking about it. Once I lock Shake in the cage by herself, every time Honey and Sugar get too close to her cage from the outside, she charged the cage and they run, even though, you know, they got a wall between them. Shake's a killer. So that's bad news. Shake ain't right in the head. But I understand, I know why Shake ain't right in the head. Shake ain't right in the head because Shake is pregnant too. So she think her babies is precious. Just like chickens do, right? When chickens do that, chickens will kill all the other babies and just keep their own eggs. So let me get to questions, because I got more for you than that. Let me see. So well, Shake gotta go for the pork chops. No, her genetics. I gotta see what kind of mother she gonna turn out to be, because her genetics is on point. All right, so good, Gardner. What's going on, brother? Her genetics is on point, so I'm trying to hang on to her. The one that may end up going is Bake. She real skittish. So I ain't too sure about her. Somebody said Shake need to bake. Now, I will say this. All potbelly pigs, the only thing I'm gonna keep is these two coonies, because that's all I got left is two coonies. I have 4, 2 passed, so I got 2. I'm gonna keep the 2 female coonies, Honey and Sugar, and everybody else gonna end up on sale for 99 cents a pound. Everybody, I'm telling you, everybody about to catch it, because what I've learned, did Bake even try to protect her babies? No. That's why Bake gotta go. Even though this is her first batch of babies. The reason I took the little baby with me, and everybody said, no, leave the baby with her. No, I took her with me because Bake didn't care. Bake over here trying to sniff on Big Bank butt. And she almost stepped on her twice. That's the only reason I took her. It was like 100 degrees that day, and Bake could care less. Like I done fed them and everything they fed. Now she should go back and lay down in that stall and feed her Bake. Bake is about them streets. Bake just wanted to hurry up and have that baby so she can get back to the club. I'm sorry, it's funny, but it's not funny. She wanted to drop that baby so she can go back and get back in them streets, you know? And that's exact. You think she's sad right now? She ain't sad. I've seen animals lose their babies, even chickens, and they be like, ooh, they kind of cry. Not Bake. She running around in circles like, ooh, girl, I got my body back. Or whatever. Look, I can fit back in my clothes and everything. Look at my skin, girl. It's so fly. She don't care about them babies. She left them babies somewhere and walked off. She like, oh, Shake. Hey, girl, can you do me a favor? Can you watch my baby till I get back? Where you going? I'll be right back. Yeah, I need to know where you're going so I know if something happened, where to call. I'll be right back. You won't need to call me. I'll be right back. I promise. I'll be right back. Just look. This one needs some milk. That one needs some food. This one, I don't know what that one, the eyes is cocked on that one, so I don't know. So, hey, look, I'll be right back. Never come back. So Bake is going to end up with some seasoning salt or some sage on her back. Okay. Yeah, Missy. Yeah. Bake gonna end up. She gonna catch it. All right. She gonna get the grinder. That's what I'm gonna call it, the grinder. Yeah. So Shake is just mean, and I'm hoping she's just mean because she's being overprotective of her babies. Let me see. So good, Gardner. Excellent question, man. I'm glad you made this live. So is it easier to harvest the pigs in cooler temperatures during the fall or winter? I'm sure it is. I'm sure it has to be, because it's less insects and it's less heat. And I can tell y'all about the realization of me harvesting them pigs. It wasn't hard. It was the weather that was driving me crazy. It was hot, and I didn't know yellow jackets eat meat. Yellow jackets came. I was waiting for flies, and I'm fighting yellow jackets. That's a long, crazy story. Yellow jackets was coming and tearing chunks of meat off the pig while I'm trying to, deal with it. So I had to keep pulling out the water, spraying the freaking bees. It was a night. That part was a nightmare. The bees only was. You would think breaking the pig down, harvesting the pig would be the problem. No, I've done this before. Not a pig, but I've done this before. No, it was the freaking yellow jackets biting off pieces of meat. Soulful Gardener, good question. What if Bake get pregnant again? She won't, because I have Big Bank. I only have one male now. Big Bank is separated from everybody. I don't want him humping nobody. I don't want his genetics anymore. I don't want Bake's genetics anymore. I'm going to keep the coonies, but I'm going to tell y'all this. Let me see. Ill Will says, sound like you're starting over. Kinda, yeah. From what I know now, I can tell y'all, yes, I am pretty much starting over. I'm moving my pens further away from the cabin, downwind, hopefully into the woods. Number 2, I'm going to go get either, they're called large blacks, or I know that sounds crazy, large black, or my favorite is Berkshire pigs, because I don't got no pets. I don't got no pets. I'm not trying to be, I don't know why people keep thinking that I have pets. These are not pets. Nothing on this land is my pet. My pet is over here on the couch sleep. And she family. So I'm getting Berkshires. They grow fast. They big, strong, muscular. And here's the other thing about raising them pigs. You got to watch what kind of pig you raise, because a feed costs a lot of money. When you start looking at the feed ratio versus how much meat you get off a pig, as much feed as I've given these pigs, and this goes for any livestock, as much feed as I give these pigs, as much as I spend for feed for them, what am I getting back? Now, if a potbelly pig only gonna get this big, or you know what I'm saying, and then most of that meat is lard, I'm losing. That's not what I'm in this for. The cooners are nice, but they're called, the other name for them is lard pigs. They're beautiful little rascals, but I don't want no lard. I'm going to keep them too, just for that purpose. But the Berkshire, the large white, the large, what is it called? The Berkshire, large black, large white, and it's one more, blue butt. I think it's called a blue butt, blue bottom. I'm sticking around there. I'm sticking around there because they bulk up, get big fast. 6 months from the minute you get from babies to 6 months, you got about a 300-pound pig to harvest in only 6 months. Well, cooney take you about 2 years to kind of get to that level, and I'm not doing that. You got 2 years of feeding these monsters, and you done came out your pocket all this money just to get what? Nah, No, and that's when things get a little start getting stupid. So the potbelly pig, that's going bye-bye. Okay. Let me see. Say the yellow jackets are omnivores and known to scavenge for meat. Absolutely, because they were taking off chunks. Insects and other animals, especially in the late summer and fall. Yes, they were literally biting off chunks. I seen them half-ass fly away like, oh, they wings was loud, like they was too fat to fly, like, oh, they wasn't all quiet, you know. They was flying overweight. Let me see. Say they also have a sweet tooth and attracted to sugary substances like fruits, nectar, and tree sap. Yeah, I know that part. I didn't know that they wanted a Dagwood sandwich, though. Let me see. Yeah, Johnny said the other white meat, bring on them big boys. I was kind of scared of them big ones at first. Oh, I left one out. A Duroc. Big red Duroc. I'm going to start playing with it. I know this is going to sound crazy, but I mean it. I want a real pig operation. I don't want a whole bunch of pigs, but I want a real operation. When I say that, I want to make sure I pick the right place for them to be. Shoosh. I want to make sure I can give them, I want the pig that can graze and eat grain. I want a pig that's going to get big fast. And I want a pig that has quality meat when you harvest it. All of the above. If not, you losing. You losing. Hey, Nicole Groves, how you doing, my sister? And you know, that's another one. You said you want some bacon. Coonies and potbelly pigs, you ain't getting no bacon out of them. You ain't getting no bacon. The bacon is the belly, pork belly, and it ain't nothing there but fat. How you doing, Serenity Acres? Good to see you, my sister. So yeah, if you have any questions about any of this pig business that I've been through so far, remember, I jumped in head first. I could have known a lot more before I did any of this. I had no idea. Plus, they were fairly free. You know what I'm saying? I traded that doggone whatever kind of bird that was for shake and bake. Love says, you have the best meat on the property, deer meat. Yeah, all over the place for free. I ain't got to feed them nothing. So, but that's it. I just, if you get into livestock, ain't nothing wrong with trying out something that you just want to just get your feet wet. But please remember, learn real quick. Like this wasn't the best idea. I mean, not this brand or this variety, rather. Let me see. JP Love says, I learned in field sanitation class, you put certain things away from the living place downwind if possible. Listen, forget sanitation class, just common sense. You know, I thought my damn pigs was bougie. I had bougie pigs. So that was my foolishness. I didn't use my common sense. I'm sitting here like my pig's better than your pigs. And I got to speak on another one. How many people remember when I went to Black's Tropical Homestead's house and they had pigs? That was like 3 years ago. Damn, it been that long. Like 3 years ago or something. I went to Black Tropical Homestead here on YouTube. I went to their house because I had never been that close up on a pig. And that was the first time I had ever been close to a pig. Leon knows, do you know how to butcher a deer? Yes. So Good Guard say, I remember that. Okay. This was the misconception that I learned from Black Tropical Homestead. Their pigs did not stink. Listen, I stood in their pig pen with Crocs and socks on. You hear me? I was in the pig pen with Crocs and socks. There was zero smell, 4 billion flies, but the flies wasn't humming around. They were just all sitting on that boom. You know, they were just mounded up on those mounds. The flies wasn't flying around. They were just huddled around the turds. But zero smell. And that blew me away because I was already putting one finger up my nose as I approached the pig pen that they had. So they was doing the deep bedding method. It works because that's what I did in this cage. Okay. The part where I wasn't there for, though, all due respect to Black's Tropical Homestead, because they did their damn thing, okay? Where the part I wasn't there for was when they get bigger and start letting out turds like this. You know what I'm saying? Do you see that? Like when you go into a pig pen and you see a dookie turd that big, the last thing you look at is the pigs. You don't look at the pigs because you don't think a pig can do this. So you kind of look up. Like an alien spacecraft had to land here and do this. Something is watching me, like a dinosaur or something is in the wood. A velociraptor or a T-Rex did this. You don't think this little pig, you know, you thinking of a little pig, like a little dog turd, you know, that's what you thinking about pigs. Nope. Nope. When a pig take a dump, you can trip over a pig turd. Okay? That's what I'm talking about here. You can trip and fall. These pig turds, and they solid. These ain't ones you just, if you step on one, on top of one, you go up a little bit. You ain't just gonna mash in it like a dog. This thing, like it got a skeleton inside of it. You know what I'm saying? Not only is it this big, but it got like an infrastructure. It's structured. It got like pillars or something in that boy, because you let it be hot and dry outside. You stand on one of them, it lift you up. It give you a boost. So you don't think that a human, not even a human being, did this. Something that make you pull your gun out and put one in the chamber. You know what I'm saying? Because whatever did this is still out here. Don't even let you get no sleep that night, because you know good and well ain't no one of these little piggy wiggies did this. No pig did this. Okay? Until you actually see it with your eyes. You know, like on Alien, when the alien opened the mouth and then the little mouth come out, that's kind of how it is. It's like an anaconda butthole. It's like it dislocated its jaw on its butthole to let this out. This didn't come out of that little hole. It had a dislocating butthole jaw or something, like a snake. I couldn't believe it. So until you have pigs, you don't understand. And now I do. And when they do get that big, okay, they stink that big. They stink that big. So Here's another one. You don't know how strong a pig is. They don't look that strong. They fat. Man, if Shake want to push me over, Shake probably right now pushing maybe like 180, 200. If she want to push me over, she can. If she want to get out of that cage, she can. If she want to rip my leg off, she can. And I've only had her since, what was it, January, February? That's how big she is and strong she is. They are so strong, you don't understand how strong they are until you try to push one of them, like back it up off you or pet it, and she shake you off of her and push you. Like, oh, yeah, look. Oh, I can't show you my firearm. I don't go in these cages without no firearm. Okay. Let me see. Here we go. Here's a question. Because I didn't want to keep on talking about pig pudding. Okay, Spiritfield Springs. Any advice for clearing wooded forest land? Pay somebody with a mulcher or go buy a chainsaw? It depends. It depends on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to get flattened out, leveled out land, if you don't have a chainsaw, like you say, go buy a chainsaw. Don't do that. That means if you don't have experience with a chainsaw, don't start now. Okay? Please don't. Because it's a lot of stuff you got to learn. So I would say go hire somebody. If you have never used a chainsaw, I ain't talking about you cut down a couple of little trees like this a couple times. I'm talking about knocking down land. Don't do it. Because you might get hurt. Let me see. So I don't want to see that happen to you. So yeah, I would just go ahead and hire somebody, you know. Let me see. Who is Mom? Hey, Marmar said you have to block them off to catch them, and that's still a task. You know what? And that's the other thing, catching them. Nobody's going to leave that cage alive because I'm not running and trying to dive after no pigs and break my own back and bump my head on one of them giant pig turds and be knocked out. Then they start eating my legs off. I know that's a whole scenario that you didn't want to hear, but that's what be running through my head. Like if something happened to me in this cage, I've heard of farmers being in the pig cage and then they like knock him over or something. He knock his head on a rock or something, go unconscious, and they eat him up, you know. They find some overalls and a straw hat, in one of them big giant dinosaur turds. And you're no sign of the farmer. It just be like bone meal in this turd. Like, I don't know. No. I goes in there now. I know the power of them. And these are fairly small pigs. These pot-belly pigs, and I got a I forget the other name of the other guy. Don't play in there. If you don't got to be in there by yourself, don't be in there by yourself. I'm saying this from experience now. If you got to be in there by yourself, go in there with a open blade knife and a firearm on your hip. Because if the way you see pigs' temperament, they like people. They act like people. You do something they don't like, they're going to tell you they don't like that. And they're going to show it with their body. So, yeah. Let me see. Lovely says, think I heard a story like that before. It's a true story. Listen, that story is not rare. A lot of farmers get got by their pigs. And I don't want to be the next story to be like, I think I heard some dude named Leg got his. I'm going to take them with me if I fall. Okay, this is a good one. Zeri, I can't pronounce your name. I'm sorry. Do you recommend getting pigs after your experience? I'm considering it. I say absolutely. 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 I'm gonna tell you what make me say absolutely. After I harvested the pigs and turned them into sausage, so freaking lootly. Once you have turned them into sausages, I didn't turn them into pork chops and all that. I didn't do a whole bunch. I cut all the meat off, deboned it, and turned them all into sausage. I got a bunch of hams. I got a couple hams and stuff, but the most of it, sausage. And let me tell you, once you do that, you won't want to buy sausage out the store no more. Trust and believe me on that. You won't want to buy sausage out of the store. I got some sausage in this refrigerator I ain't even ate today. You won't want to do that. You won't want to purchase no Jimmy Dean's. And I got a recipe that's killing them. Ooh, that's bad choice of words. I got a recipe that's the bomb. Okay. Let me see. Seawood say, no kidding. My great uncle had a medical emergency while feeding pigs. He was found the next day eaten up. That's messed up. I'm sorry for your loss, but it's true. Okay. What do you think about getting lambs? They're good for meat and wool. I don't, child of Yah, I don't own sheep, lambs, or goats. So if your question would be more like, would I get them? I say yes, because I told my wife I want to try some sheep. And she said, no. Figure this pig thing out first. And no. I'm getting me some sheep. So would I get them for meat? You can get, if you're getting sheep and goats, you talking about, you ain't just getting meat and the wool, you also getting milk, so I say yes to it. Okay. Let's see. Marmar say, right, it's a whole different taste. And I would try not to eat pork because it runs my blood pressure. Okay. All right. D. Gardner says, are pigs easier to raise than cows? I don't know. I've never raised cows before. I have no clue how to raise cattle at all. But right now, the only thing you got to worry about is deworming pigs, and just like your chickens, deworming your livestock and feeding them and giving them enough space. That's a good one. Giving them enough space to move around, because the more space you give them, the healthier they're going to be. Now, I learned that, and now I can see the difference. Let me see. Johnny said, y'all better get on it. Beef prices going up like gold. Beef, pork, chicken, fish, it's all hitting the roof. Yes. Let me see. Ancient says, would you get rabbits? I've had rabbits, and I'm not going to say that I would not get them again. I get real attached to the rabbits. I don't like saying that, but I'm being for real. I get attached to them. And would I get them again? Probably. With the way things are going. If things weren't going this direction, no. But, the way things are going, yeah. It's not off the spectrum here. See, Jennifer says goats will debark your trees, and they're escape artists. Love them, but they can be difficult. I've heard that a billion times before. And Jennifer, I think you're one of the people that told me about escaping goats and eating all your garden vegetables and your trees, and they like spider goats. They can climb up walls and stuff. I think that was you telling me they escape artists. Let me see. Joni says cattle are a whole lot easier than pigs. Joni, why do you say that? Tell me more. And tell me something that you know, not something you heard. Because cattle is not off my range. Cattle is not off my list. Let me see. Tika says, my neighbors have goats and they cry a lot like babies. I forgot about that. Well, pigs, if you don't feed pigs, they squeal and they scream, and their cries and screams and squeals is excruciating because it sounds like somebody being stabbed. So I get it. Right? Okay, here's another one. I gotta catch up. I'm sorry. Would you consider selling your meat that you butcher? No, absolutely not. Number one, that's illegal. Number two, I have no right now. I'm not in the the situation of trying to make a store or make a financial turnover off of this. I'm trying to feed my family. So right now, everything I'm doing is to put meat in the freezer. It's not to turn a profit at all. So I got to be honest. No, I'm not even selling eggs. Egg prices is going through the roof. I don't even sell eggs. I got a whole refrigerator full of eggs here and at my house, and my family is eating them. While everybody else is paying $6 and $7 for eggs, I'm not. Let's see. Maintaining Living says cows are easy to raise. Grass and water. We have 4 Scottish Highland cows. Mountain Living. You sound like you know what you talk about. I got a question for you. If you have cows, the guy that I bought Piggy Smalls and Bobby Brown from, the guy that I bought those from had a miniature cow. What are they called? He said that's as big as his cow get, and his cow was about big as a donkey. And I was blown away. And they milk it's been breeded and everything, so they get milk. He said something like 5 or 6 gallons a day of milk. I would do that one. That miniature cow. Oh yeah, I would do that one. If that was the truth, if that's as big as they get, I would definitely get that. Love says yes on the rabbits. Veronica says, hey Led, is there a good solar cooler fridge out there? What are you trying to do? Marmar says, look into your local agricultural agency because they'll train you on livestock raising, processing, and volunteer local farm that has livestock. That's good to know. Oh, that was you, Jennifer? That's what I thought. Do your pigs have tusks? Bobby Brown kind of had some. He had them, kind of, but not like you thinking like a wild boar. No. They weren't that old to grow out like that anyway. Let me see. So you pretty much just have to feed cattle and give them their space. They're also not aggressive until they go into heat. Marmar said pig cries are so. Pig cries are so. I don't know the word. It's torture to listen to. Yes, it is. I agree. It's torture. It's torture. Let me see. Bad Batch Homestead says, we have goats, but they are silent and they are loose on the property. And my experience is they only want to eat your rarest and most expensive plants. I've heard that too. I've heard that same thing. Ah, that's the name. Bad Batch Homestead said miniature Jersey. I gotta remember that. I would get me a couple of them miniature Jersey cows then, if that's the one. They're about as big as a donkey. I mean, they a little wider than that, but the size, the height of a donkey. Let me see. It says Scottish Highland also has miniature breed. Scottish Highland. Okay, that's good to know. Has a miniature breed, baby steer born on April, and the mother cow. Okay. Veronica said, I wanted to have a refrigerator freezer that is solar, so keep my meat without running my solar generator gas one. Oh, okay. How am I doing it? Say just have to buy hay in the winter due to the snow. Okay. All right. Well, y'all, I'm gonna let y'all go. I think we talked more about the pigs than we talked about what do you want in your homestead. Maybe this is what I feel. The fad or the trend of homesteading and land ownership seems to be weaning off. I think the land ownership and homestead, owning a homestead, running a homestead, building your own homestead, I think all of that stuff is starting to brush off of people because of the economic downturn that we don't see no end to in sight. And all of this stuff that we're dreaming about costs money, right? It all costs money. Let's be realistic. So I'm going to leave with this. If you get a homestead, or if you do end up getting that plot of land, it sure will make stuff a lot easier. I don't know another way to say it. It will make things so much easier. You don't think it will because there's so much work to do, but you will pretty much be working for yourself. Everything you do and everything you accomplish, you get a return on it immediately. That's the difference. You literally get a return on everything you do. Everything you put the air conditioner in the window, run it off solar, you're getting a return on that immediately. Everything you purchase, you get a return on it immediately. Everything. So it makes days like this to me is a vacation. Because it's not too hot, it's not cold, it's calm, it's kind of cloudy. It ain't gonna get too hot today. And I got everything squared up. I got a lot of cleaning up to do, a lot of catching up to do, but for the most part, when I'm here, I don't gotta worry about who I owe what. So with the world turning the way it's turning and the prices going up, what a wonderful feeling to have that if it all folded in, I have this. And let me touch on a question, a comment somebody gave me before I go too, because that was somebody said in this couple videos back about, well, why don't you sell your house? Because the question was something like it was something about purchasing land, and I was like, one or the other. And somebody was like, why are you trying to keep your house? Why don't you just sell your house? Why don't you just sell your house? And I didn't answer the comment because I was talking about, financial stuff going on and this and that. Why don't you sell your house and just move out on your land? I'm glad I didn't sell my house when I said I was going to sell my house, and I'm glad I still ain't sold my house. Number one, I'm trying to keep my house. I paid on that house. I've been paying on the house forever, and I'm halfway done paying on that house. Number one. Number two, is I want that house to passed down to my children or somebody in my family, or lease it out and make money and make income off of it. That's what I want to do. That's what I would like to do. That's number two. Number three is right now, you gotta be a freaking lunatic to sell a house right now. This is not a seller's market. I'm going to tell you another one. So I know my house is appraised. I know what my house is appraised at. Okay. It will solve a lot of problems for me. Okay. But you're not going to get that right now. If you sold your house right now, you're not going to get that. You're not going to get what your house is worth right now in this economy. You're not. Ain't nobody got no jobs. Ain't nobody got no money. All the prices are dropping to purchase a house right now. If this is a buyer's market. This is not a seller's market. Because it ain't too many people with good credit no more. It ain't too many people that just got a wad of cash no more. And banks is being kind of scary and nervous on who they're going to loan to because they don't know who's going to have a future making money. So I would take a loss on selling my home right now. Now let's talk about one more thing. Why I'm not selling my house. Because this is paid off. I have no reason to sell my house. This is all paid off. So it's not like I'm juggling two mortgages, right? So I would get it if I was paying on this and paying on that. Something would have to give. Now I'm broke, but I'm making it. So this is paid off. I don't worry about the price of this. The most thing I worry about the price on this land is feeding these animals. That's my only cost. Every now and then, the occasion 5 gallons of gasoline or diesel, but for the most part, I don't know. Now, let's hit it one more time to help you out. Why don't I sell my house? Well, since they got rid of all of the freaking home builders, if I was to have a house built right now on Freedom Acres, who's going to build it? And if you're coming here to build me a skeleton crew house, I want y'all to hear something because I watched a video. This is important. I watched a video. It's been about a week or so, maybe a better. I watched a skeleton crew putting a roof on a house. It was 2 houses. One had a skeleton crew and the other one had a skeleton crew. The one skeleton crew was putting roofs on 2 different houses on the same cul-de-sac. And then there was one crew putting a roof on one house, same cul-de-sac. If you sit here and you're trying to have a house built right now in August 2025, man, you're going to be complaining in 2030, you're going to be complaining. If you're having a house built right now in 2025, in 2030, you're going to be trying to get up out of that house because everything going to fall apart. I want you to think about this. Let's be honest. Let's be for real. And I'm glad I thought of this because this is important. I'm going to do a whole video on this. How do I know your house is going to be junk by 2030? In 5 years, how do I know your house is going to be junk? Like this. Where are they getting these supplies from? Where are they getting these materials from? Where are they getting the lumber from? Where are they getting the screws and the nails from? Where are they getting the help to put this stuff together? How much are they paying the help to put this house together? When you add all of that up, you mean to tell me after tariffs, where all the lumber supplies ain't coming in from Canada because of that, and then all the nails and the screws that's being made in other countries too, that's cut off. All the tools, every air gun, nail gun, most of them, 90% of them come from China. You can't buy new tools. So you don't have supplies to build the house, the drywall, the lumber, the electrician, the people that make the wires for the electricians, everything. How are they making this house if you got like 3 dudes tapping some half-ass bent screws and nails into your house, and they're using lumber that you wouldn't build a damn popsicle stick house with? If this is a way I can prove my point. Go to any big box store to sell lumber, the blue one or the orange one. Go to any big box store that sells lumber. Look at the lumber. I'm going to tell you 2 things you're going to see. You don't have to be a professional at this. You just need to listen to me and then go do your research. And you don't got to do a whole bunch of research, but you go look it up. When you go into a big box store, let's say Home Depot, you go into Home Depot, you go down the lumber aisle, you see all the long lumber. You're going to see a lot of lumber on the floor. You're going to see a lot of lumber pushed around. You're going to see a lot of lumber just everywhere. It ain't in neat piles and neat rows. You want to know why? Because all the people that come in here to get the lumber got to pick through this entire pile to get 1 2x4. You're going through 2x4s and 2x6s trying to find one that's straight, trying to find one that ain't got a bunch of knots in it, trying to find one that the whole side of it is missing. So you got to go when you go to the lumber store and you got to dig through this stuff just to find one decent 2x4. Now imagine you need 100 2x4s. You're digging through trash like you digging through the dumpster, just trying to find something that's half decent. When you find a 2x4, you look at it like, man, that's going to have to work. We'll figure something out. Every piece. You do not have to be a professional at knowing what wood is supposed to look like. If you've ever had a popsicle, you know what a popsicle, if the stick is splintered, you know that popsicle stick going to cause you some pain, right? It's no different. You go into the lumber store and pick this lumber. It's going to either be bent. Who wants a bent popsicle like this? The stick is like this. It don't taste right when the stick is bent on the popsicle, right? So it ain't no different for your house. You don't want no bent wood being built in your house because it throws off measurements. Next thing you know, you got a lopsided house and the measurements is off and they're going to be doing weird stuff. Here's another one. Ooh, this should have been a whole nother video, but I'm going in. When the skeleton crew of a few men is putting your house together, which it shouldn't be that way, they half-assing every job they can get their hands on. And I'm not ragging on these professionals because they're professionals. I'm not saying they're all horrible people. They're not. I'm telling you, everybody know if you're working on a skeleton crew at your job, you can only do so much. But your boss is telling you, okay, I'm going to need you not only to do this side of the house, you need to do that side of the house. You can be like, but wait, that was Rodriguez's job. I don't know nothing about that. Rodriguez is gone. What, he called off sick again? Nah. They can't put him on a little school bus. And he was crying. I don't believe Rodriguez is going to be back no time soon. So, yeah, that's your job now. You've been promoted. Skeleton crew. I've seen somebody just said, this is a perfect example right here. Sylvia Garden. How you doing, my sister? Sylvia says poor quality and high prices. New homes starting at $300,000. I see it all the time. Have you seen? I'm talking about not in no nice neighborhood. 300, 400,000 houses, 2 bedrooms, half-ass kitchen, and so on and so forth, and blibbity bloop. Like, you're selling that for 300 of them? Y'all must be foaming at the mouth. Broke Farmer in the house. What's going on, my brother? Good to see you up in here. I seen So Good Garden say Broke Farmer in this mug. What's going on, my guy? Thank you for that. Asia, I think, or Asha says some guy on TikTok was saying that the wood is not the true size anymore. That's, oh my goodness. I keep a measuring tape in my truck at all times. I'm gonna tell you why. And I got one on my key ring. I'm gonna tell you why. Because when you go and when I was putting all this stuff together in this, you go measure a 2x4 and they short you by about a half an inch. The label on all of this say 2x4, 2 inches by 4 inches. They short you by a half inch on either side. So they have some that's supposed to be that way, right? But every store you go to now, they're all like that. They should measure your 2x4s. They are not supposed to be shorting you a half an inch on either side, not even a fourth of an inch. That should be 2 inches by 4 inches. This ain't like if you're going to build something for real, because what's going to happen is it throws your measurements off. Look. That bathroom. That's where I dealt with that at. That bathroom threw my measurements off. So I had to tweak a few things. That's not a full 5x4. What did I make it? No, I made it 6x4. It's not a real 6x4 because if every 2x4 that I added took away a half an inch, 2 2x4s is 1 inch, right? And I got 4 2x4s on that wall, and I think it's 4 this way. See what it did? Threw me off. So it's not. You got to look hard and you got to measure it. So you spend just as much time in the big box store trying to find the proper size wood and the proper wood that is not dented or dinged or knotted up and straight. Oh my goodness. I ain't no piping hot way in hell right now I would have no house built, because unless you got that kind of money, unless you that kind of rich where you can hire a whole crew and team. No, this is not a seller's market at all. Hey now, Katina Brooks, how you doing, my sister? Marcus B in the house. What's up? Big Sean, how you doing? Say, look at the wood grain distance. Yeah. Big Sean, so you know the wood grain distance on a 2x4. I could show you. I could show you right here. You see the distance in the grains between this wood. Every light piece is the distance. The dark, the light. The dark, the light. You see that distance, how thick that is in between there? That just tells you how fast they made that tree grow. The thicker and farther apart those lines are, the weaker that wood is, the cheaper and the more junk that wood is. Hell, look at this. See, these was all knotted up everywhere. But I said I was going to use it as a, I just look at it. It'll be nice to look at. But if I was really building something out of this, you do not want to see that. I can pick this out. Look, I can literally pick that chunk out. You do not want to see that if you're building a house. And that's what they're starting to put in our new homes. And people, and then turn around. Oh my God. You turn around and make you pay $300,000 or $400,000 for it. Oh my goodness. So the person that was, I know they were just trying to be a smart ass, and that's okay, but they just made a good point for me. I'm not in no rush to impress y'all. You dig what I'm saying? I'm in no rush. I'm not trying to impress y'all. I'm trying to do the real. Now, taking you along and you seeing it, you like it, great. But this ain't a YouTube thing. So everybody want to see me buy a house. They want to see my wife have a house. But I'm not trying. Just so you can give me one like or not. I'm in 400,000 just for one thumb up. Man, please. I'm good. It's a lot of people doing a lot of stupid, foolish things on social media to get a like. So I'm not that guy. I'm not going to ruin my life so you can thumb me up, because that's basically what you will be doing, is thumbing me up and then go to prison and get thumbed up. So no, thank you. Let me see. What was that? When you look at old balloon framing, it's not the same as now. No, nothing is the same. Nothing is the same, you know. Missy Hawk, and when you do buy a house, people will dog you for buying it. Oh my goodness. You said a mouthful. Because you can't do nothing right on social media. You know, I'm going to release a video tonight that's going to explain social media to me. It's an old video that I've never released, but I ran across it the other day when I was cleaning out my my videos and downloading them onto a hard drive. And I hope y'all understand that I'm not talking about anybody in particular. And the video was so old, but boy, when I watched it, it was like I was watching somebody else, because boy, was it on point. I'm going to release it right after this video because everybody need to hear it. Social media, even though I'm a part of it, it's a monster. That's all I can say. It is a monster, right? Let's see. Let me see. Marmar said, I'm going to sit back and watch the rest of this video. Okay, see you later. So true. I was just in the orange big box store looking for wood to build my raised beds. I left without anything because I refused. I refuse. I'm going to put a ceiling. I'm going to put a ceiling on this because I already got the wood. That's it. I've been had the wood to do this. Say, so true. I was just, got that one. If they're not paying for it, they shouldn't be worried about it. Well, that's the way things. It's social media. It's social media. Everybody want to tell you what you should be doing when they ain't doing it themselves. Build a new container structure now is using all metal studs. They're about $4 each from, okay, 10-foot long. So cost is enough to wood to spend to get it better strength. Okay. All right. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't want to keep you. It's so much to talk about. We are going to do a video on that house situation. We're going to do a whole nother video. I got a couple that we discussed in here that we need to concentrate on instead of it being part of a multi-video. All right. Thank you so much, y'all, for coming by. And I'm about to release that other video so you'll understand what I'm saying. All right. Y'all enjoy y'all evening. Thank you so much. Layer Farmer 73. Look who woke up. Look who woke up. You woke up too late. It's too late for you. You can't make no appearance. Look at it. You can't make no appearance. So everybody, thank you, Can't Hide. You know what? I love my shed. It's home. You know? Everything I need is in this mug. Everything I need. It's home when I'm not home. Love it. So, yeah, everybody, y'all enjoy yourself. Enjoy your day. If you have any questions, go ahead and put it down in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to answer it. Thank you so much, Layer Farmer 73. I love y'all. Be careful. Stay safe. Keep your head down. And I'm out.